3 in the morning, every night, like clockwork, not an alarm clock. My own body was the alarm. For almost 10 years, I got up 2, sometimes 3 times a night just to walk to the bathroom, half asleep, cold feet on the floor, trying not to wake my wife. If you're 70, 60, even 50, and you already know exactly what I'm describing, stay with me for the next 15 minutes. I'm not here to sell you a miracle. I'm here to tell you what actually happened to me, what I actually changed, and what I wish someone had told me 30 years ago. My name is David. I'm 75 years old, and this is my story. It started small, the way most things do. I was maybe 45, once a night, sometimes not even that. I didn't think anything of it because I'd grown up watching my own father do the same thing. As a boy, I used to hear him shuffle past my bedroom door in the dark. Everyone told me, that's just what happens when you get older. So I believed them. By 60, it was twice a night. By 65, 3 times, sometimes 4. And that's when it stopped being a minor inconvenience and started stealing something from me. Real sleep, not just interrupted sleep, but the kind of deep rest I hadn't felt in years and didn't even realize I'd lost. I was tired all day, every day. Cranky too, if I'm being honest with you. Ask my wife. I was not an easy man to live with in those years. Eventually, I went to the doctor. And I want to be very clear about this, because it matters more than anything else I'll tell you tonight. I am not suggesting you skip the doctor. Please don't. My doctor checked my prostate, my blood sugar, my blood pressure, because waking up at night to urinate isn't always simply old age. Sometimes it's diabetes. Sometimes it's the prostate. Sometimes it's the heart. So the very first thing I did, and the first thing I'd tell any of you to do, is get checked. Understand why it's happening before you try to fix it. In my case, thank God, nothing dangerous turned up. My doctor said, your body's just more sensitive now. Let's manage it together. And that's the moment I finally started paying attention to something I'd ignored my entire life. What I ate, and just as importantly, when I ate it. My grandmother, God rest her soul, cooked a certain way. Simple food, food that came from the earth, not from a package. As a boy, I didn't appreciate it at all. I wanted what my friends had, sugary drinks, salty snacks, anything from a bright wrapper. But once this problem started taking over my nights, I found myself thinking about her kitchen again, for the first time in decades. I remembered she never let us drink anything heavy in the evening. No strong tea after sunset. No salty stews late at night. She used to say, let your body rest before you rest. I didn't understand that as a boy. I understand it perfectly now. So slowly, not overnight, and not with any magic fix, I started changing my evenings. And I want to be honest with you here too. This is not a cure. It is not medicine. It's simply what worked alongside my doctor's care for my own body. Yours may respond differently, but I'll share it anyway because it helped me and it might at least help you ask better questions. Pumpkin seeds were the first change. My grandmother used to roast them plain, no salt, and hand us a fistful in the afternoon, never at night. There's old wisdom behind that, and now even modern research suggesting pumpkin seeds may support bladder and prostate comfort. So I started keeping a small handful in the afternoons instead of reaching for chips or biscuits. Next came cucumber and watermelon, which sounds backwards, doesn't it? Eating watery foods so you urinate less at night. But it isn't about avoiding water, it's about timing. I moved my water-heavy foods and most of my fluids to the morning and early afternoon. By evening, my meals got drier and lighter. Rice, cooked vegetables, a little fish or lentils. Nothing swimming in broth or heavy sauce after dark. Then there was the tea. My wife pushed hardest for this one because she knew how much I loved my evening cup. Strong, sweet, with milk. But caffeine, even in tea, pushes your body to produce urine faster than you'd expect. So we moved our real tea time to mid-afternoon. In the evening, I switched to a small cup of warm water with a few fennel seeds, something my grandmother always kept tucked away in a little tin. And finally, less salt at dinner. This one took the longest because I genuinely love a salty meal. But salt makes your body hold on to water through the day and then release it at night, right when you're trying to sleep. So dinner became simpler. Turmeric, cumin, garlic, real spices doing the work salt used to do. None of this happened in a week. I want you to hear that clearly. It took months of small, patient adjustments before I noticed any real difference. And even now, it isn't perfect. Some nights I still wake up once But once instead of 3 or 4 times, that gave me my life back. Now, I know some of you are thinking, oh, old man, is this really going to work for me? And I'll answer you the only way I know how, honestly. I'm not a doctor. I'm a 75-year-old man who found some peace by returning to the way his grandmother taught him to eat and by working with his doctor, not instead of him. If your nights look like mine used to, please get checked first. Rule out the serious things. Then, if your doctor agrees, try adjusting your evenings the way I did. And don't lose heart if it takes time. Your body has spent years, maybe decades, building its habits. It won't unlearn them in a single dinner. Give it the same patience my grandmother gave her cooking. These days, most nights, I sleep straight through until 5 or 6 in the morning. Sometimes I still get up once, and that's fine. I'm 75. My body has earned the right to remind me it's still here, but I have my mornings back. I wake up actually feeling rested. I sit outside, drink my one proper cup of tea, and watch the sun come up without feeling like I've been run over by a truck. My wife sleeps better too, now that she isn't jolted awake by me shuffling past the bed every night. That alone made every small change worth it. In the end, I think my grandmother understood something we forgot in our rush toward convenience. Food isn't only about filling the stomach, it's about how it treats your whole body through the day and through the night. If you're waking up at night exhausted and frustrated, feeling like your own body has betrayed you, please go see your doctor first. Ask questions, understand why it's happening. Then, if you're willing, try what an old man tried. Eat lighter in the evenings, move your tea and your salt to the daytime. Give your grandmother's wisdom or your own family's traditions a place beside your medicine, not in place of it. I can't promise it will work for you exactly as it worked for me. Everybody carries its own story. But I can promise you this. Some nights, peace is closer than you think. Sometimes it's waiting in a bowl of lentils, a handful of pumpkin seeds, and a little bit of patience. Thank you for sitting with an old man's story tonight. Sleep well. And if you get up just once tonight instead of 3 times, well, my friend, that's already a good night.